Tonight, an update on COVID-19 antibody testing. Since April, I've spoken with Dr. Lisa Larkin, a local doctor, about it. She had an approved independent review board study to administer one of the tests, seeking emergency use authorization from the FDA. The Food and Drug Administration allowed the tests as makers sought approval because of the public health emergency that comes with the coronavirus. I took the rapid finger stick test in an effort to inform you as the ongoing story developed. In all, 1,700 people took the drive-up test at Dr. Larkin's office, hoping to understand whether they had the virus and whether that might confer immunity. This letter that you see here shows that that test finally got emergency use authorization. Since we last spoke, the antibody test that you administered got emergency use authorization from the FDA. So what does that mean?
Right. So it means that the FDA independently looked at the data about the test, confirmed sensitivity and specificity, believed it met, the minimum requirements, and now it is allowed to be distributed.
Okay, but is it going to be actively available to just about anybody?
Right. So that, I think, was the hope, right? This is an easy finger stick test. You can get your results quickly. As it stands right now, the test has EUA approval to be done in a moderate to high complexity lab. So that's not my office. So it really limits the ability to make this test widely available, at least right now.
Do you think it would be helpful to folks if it were widely available?
So as I've said about the antibody testing this whole time, is that antibody testing is important, and it's going to be part of our compendium of tests that we need to understand how this pandemic is growing and how we can quarantine certain people and, case find. But it's not an end-all be-all test.
Not an end-all be-all test. Why?
So we've learned so much about this, which there was just an article that came out in Nature that looked at individuals who had COVID and their antibody response. And it's variable, like we expected. People with more mild infection had a less robust antibody response. People who were more ill, sicker, had a more robust antibody response and had more of those neutralizing antibodies. The people who weren't very sick didn't develop a lot of these neutralizing antibodies, which are the type of antibodies that prevent the virus from replicating. And so immunity, which is what we really all hope for with having a positive antibody test, remains unclear and uncertain. And so what antibody testing can do is confirm if you've had COVID, but at this point in time, we can't give you that immunity passport that everybody has been talking about.
Dr. Larkin, though, says that knowing if you have antibodies could help you decide to be a convalescent plasma donor. That has helped patients recover. As for accuracy of the tests, Dr. Larkin did a second approved IRB study that looked at 133 patients who got confirmatory testing. 6 of the 133 had results that did not perfectly match the first test. Just 2 were false negatives.